The maid asked her boss, the wife, for a raise, and the wife was upset. The wife asked, "Why do you think you deserve a pay increase?" Maid, "There are 3 reasons. The first is that I iron better than you." Wife, "Who said that?" Maid, "Your husband." Wife, "Oh." Maid, "The second reason is that I am a better cook than you." Wife, "Who said that?" Maid, "Your husband." Wife, "Oh." Maid, "The third reason is that I am better at than you." Wife, "Did my husband say that as well?" Maid, "No, the gardener did." Wife, "So how much do you want?" The boss wondered why one of his most valued employees was absent, but had not phoned in. Needing to have an urgent work problem resolved, he dialed the employee's home phone number and was greeted by a child's whisper. "Hello? Is your mummy home?" he asked. "Yes," whispered the small voice. "May I talk with her?" the child whispered. "No." Surprised and wanting to talk with an adult, the boss asked, "Is your daddy there?" "Yes." "May I talk with him?" Again the small voice whispered. "No." Hoping there was someone with whom he could leave a message, the boss asked, "Is anyone else there?" "Yes," whispered the child. "A policeman." Wondering what a cop would be doing at his employee's home, the boss asked, "May I speak with the policeman?" "No, he's busy," whispered the child. "Busy doing what?" "Talking to the ambulance men and the firemen," came the whispered answer. Growing more worried as he heard a loud noise through the earpiece on the phone, the boss asked, "What is that noise?" "A helicopter," answered the whispering voice. "What is going on there?" demanded the boss, now truly apprehensive. Again whispering, the child answered, "The search team just landed a helicopter." Alarmed, confused, and a little frustrated, the boss asked, "What are they searching for?" Still whispering, the young voice replied with a muffled giggle, "Me."
A young man and his boss have to travel to a city 500 miles away. Due to cost-cutting measures put in place by the boss, they take the train instead of the flight, which was 4 hours faster. As they entered their train compartment, the young man and the boss found themselves opposite to a gorgeous 20-something girl and her 60-year-old-looking mother. Within a few minutes, the young man and the girl start giving quick glances at each other. After 20 minutes or so, the young man gets bolder and starts a flirtatious conversation with her. The mother, who noticed this, gives a stern look at her daughter and the young man. Not wanting to appear too bold and cocky in front of his boss, the young man quietens to the disappointment of the girl. An hour later, the train enters a tunnel, resulting in no visibility inside the train compartment. All 4 of them hear the sound of a kiss, followed by the sound of a slap. As the train comes out the tunnel, all 4 have sheepish looks on their faces. The girl is thinking, "I am so glad the guy kissed me, but I wish my mother hadn't slapped him." The mother is thinking, "How dare the guy kiss my daughter? Glad that she slapped him. Serves him right." The boss is thinking, "The guy was indeed very bold to kiss that girl. But I wish the mother had not accidentally slapped me instead of him." The guy is thinking, "This is the luckiest day of my life. I get to kiss a pretty girl and slap my boss at the same time. My boss called this morning and shouted, 'Where the f*** are you? It's 8:30 and you were supposed to start at 8. Relax, I'm in my office.' I replied, 'Quit.'" He roared. "I'm standing in your office." So I went, "Oh, sorry mate, I forgot to tell you about my new job."
A man makes a bet with his boss. He bets $500 that he can lick his eyeball. Laughing, the boss agrees. The man takes off a fake eyeball and licks it. The boss angrily gives him the $500. The man then bets $500 he can bite his own ears. The boss pulls his ears to check if the man is wearing any fake ones, then agrees. The man takes out a set of fake teeth from his mouth and bites his ear with them. Angry, the boss gives him $500 and tells him to go away. The next day, the man comes back. Boss, what now? Didn't you take enough money from me? Man, trust me. This one should be easy. I bet you all your money back that you are wearing purple underwear. Boss, haha. My underwear is black. Man, may I see some proof? The boss goes to the washroom and brings back his underwear in his hands. The man cheerfully hands $1,000 to the boss. Boss, why are you so happy? Man, look around you. All around the office's glass walls your 43 employees are watching. Boss, and... Man, I bet each of them $500 that I can make you take off your underwear. Sam walks into his boss's office. Sir, I'll be straight with you. I know the economy isn't great, but I have over 3 companies after me, and I would like to respectfully ask for a raise. After a few minutes of haggling, the boss finally agrees to a 5% raise, and Sam happily gets up to leave. By the way, asks the boss as Sam is getting up, which 3 companies are after you? The electric company, water company, and phone company, Sam replied.
The boss was busy and did not want to be disturbed. He told his secretary to tell visitors he didn't want to be disturbed. If they persisted with some story about how important it was, she should tell them. That's what they all say. Later that day, the boss wife stopped by to visit her husband. The secretary told her that he didn't want to be disturbed. The wife said, "That doesn't apply to me, I'm his wife." So obediently, the secretary said, "Yeah, that's what they all say."
Dave was bragging to his boss one day. I know everyone there is to know. Just name someone, anyone, and I know them. Tired of his boasting, his boss called his bluff. Okay, Dave, how about Tom Cruise? No dramas, boss. Tom and I are old friends, and I can prove it. So Dave and his boss fly out to Hollywood and knock on Tom Cruise's door, and Tom Cruise shouts, "Dave! What's happening? Great to see you. Come on in for a beer." Although impressed, Dave's boss is still skeptical. After they leave Cruise's house, he tells Dave that he thinks him knowing Cruise was just lucky. No, just name anyone else, Dave says. President Trump. His boss quickly retorts. Yup, Dave says. Old buddies, let's fly out to Washington. And off they go. At the White House, Trump spots Dave on the tour and motions him and his boss over, saying, "Dave, what a surprise, I was just on my way to a meeting, but you and your friend come on in and let's have a beer first and catch up." Well, the boss is very shaken by now, but still not totally convinced. After they leave the White House grounds, he expresses his doubts to Dave, who again implores him to name anyone else. Pope Francis, his boss replies. Sure, says Dave. I've known the Pope for years. So off they fly to Rome. Dave and his boss are assembled with the masses at the Vatican's St. Peter's Square when Dave says, "This will never work. I can't catch the Pope's eye among all these people. Tell you what, I know all the guards, so let me just go upstairs and I'll come out on the balcony with the Pope." He disappears into the crowd headed towards the Vatican. Sure enough, half an hour later Dave emerges with the Pope on the balcony. But by the time Dave returns, he finds that his boss has had a heart attack and is surrounded by paramedics. Making his way to his boss' side, Dave asks him, "What happened?" His boss looks up and says, "It was the final straw. You and the Pope came out onto the balcony and the man next to me said, 'Who the man is that on the balcony with Dave?'" An employee sees his boss arrive at work one day in a brand new Lamborghini. The employee goes out to the car park and says to his boss, "Wow, that's an amazing car. I wish I had one just like it. That must have cost you a pretty penny." The boss stands up, looks the employee in the face and says, "Yes, it did. And do you know something? Next year, if you work really hard, and you do your overtime, and you save your pennies, and you do your absolute best, then maybe." The employee, mystified and excited for what comes next, says, "Yes." The boss looks into the employee's eyes and says, "Then maybe." I'll have another one next year. It was Monday and John called his boss because he was sick. Boss, can I get a day off? I'm sick today. No problem, you will make it up when you feel better. Is it something serious, and will you be gone for a longer period? The boss asked. I'll be coming in tomorrow, don't worry, John replied. Great, I will see you tomorrow then. Then it was Tuesday. John came to job in perfect health, thanked the boss for the day off, and was working as usual. So the week passed, then the weekend, and it was already next Monday. Boss, I'm sorry to call you again, but can I get this Monday off as well? I'm sick. A bit weird, 2 Mondays in a row, but what can you do, the boss thought. It's just a coincidence. Sure, no problem. You'll make it up when you're feeling better, the boss replied. And so came Tuesday. Boss was worried about John, but didn't want to pry, so he let it slide. John worked as usual that time, and for the rest of the week. Then, the next Monday arrived. Boss, I'm really sorry, but can I have this Monday off as well? John asked. Boss knew something was off, but better not to have John around sicky though, if he was even really sick, so he decided to talk in private, after John was feeling better. Okay, John, the boss replied. This is getting weird, but you just rest. You can't function while you're sick. I suppose I'll see you tomorrow? Yes, I'll be coming tomorrow as usual. John was at work the next day, so boss decided to find out what was going on. John, we need to talk. 1 Monday is not a problem. 2 Mondays in a row are a bit weird, but things happen. But 3 Mondays are no coincidence. What is happening? I need an explanation. The boss was not happy at all. John decided to be honest. Well, here is the thing. Every Monday, before work, I go to my cousin for a cup of tea. Every time we start drinking tea, chatting, and we always end up having sleeping. Oh my God! Nutsy, with your cousin? You're sick. Well, I told you so. Hey there. I put a lot of effort into making these videos, so please subscribe for more jokes and stay happy. Thank you.